Hello, it's Adrian Gonzalez. Welcome to Above the Fold, a segment here in Talking Logistics where we focus in on a news item from the past week or so in the world of supply chain logistics, provide a brief commentary, and then ask a question for you to provide your perspective on. And the topic I want to focus on today is the news last week, where Amazon announced its quarterly results, and they reported record profits of $3.56 billion. But the bigger news was the fact that it came out that the company is going to invest $800 million starting in the second quarter to build out the infrastructure required to make one-day free delivery standard for all Amazon Prime members. So right now, Prime members get free two-day delivery. Well, they're going to transition that to free one-day delivery and building that infrastructure out starting in the second quarter. And, my initial reaction was, and I think what you've seen out in the press is like, wow, this is great. They're raising the bar yet again on delivery. They're going to put, Walmart and Target and the others, back on their heels again. Or they're responding to what those guys are doing in terms of leveraging their stores to be able to deliver goods to folks faster. But then this weekend I started thinking, I think this is another example of, want versus need, right? And we all see that in our personal lives. Right? We may all want that second piece of cake for dessert, but do we really need it? We might want a brand new car, particularly if you've got an old car, but do we really need it if our current car is working just fine? Your kid may want that new $300 baseball bat, but does he really need it? And so on. And I think it's the same case here. Do we really need free one-day delivery? And of course, we all know that it's not really free. There are associated costs with the delivery, not only in, if you're leveraging a third party to make those deliveries, but there's the added cost, particularly now as you move toward one day, more packaging, more deliveries, more traffic congestion, the environmental impact and so forth. Do we really need this is the key question. If I order a book today, do I really need to start reading it tomorrow? Or can I wait till Wednesday or Thursday or Friday to start reading that book, as an example? So I think we have to really think about the trade-offs here. And we already see this, even Amazon and Target and the others already offer incentives for consumers to choose a slower delivery option, right? And why do they do that? Well, because there are efficiencies that they can create in terms of order consolidation. They can put more orders in one box. They can make a single delivery instead of 2 or 3 deliveries. So they're already, on the one hand, while Amazon is rushing to do one-day delivery, they're offering, incentives to get consumers to, choose 2, 3, or even longer, delivery dates. And even in the world of transportation, we see this, with partial shipping as an example. One of the main reasons a lot of companies implement a partial shipping solution is because a lot of times, members across your organization, they'll say, well, the customer wants it next day, this package or this file, and they'll pick next day, 10 a.m., right? And, we all know that, or we should all know that, if you deliver something next day by 10 a.m. or 8 a.m., it's much more expensive than delivering it by 5 p.m. or 7 p.m. Yet people don't think about that, and they just click on next day 10 and be done with it. So there are already efforts toward trying to push out or really understand what the customer needs are, right? Do they need it at 10 a.m. or do they need it at 5 p.m. and do they really need it next day, or is that just something that we've just become accustomed to? So that's my question. Where do we draw the line, or should we draw the line? Do we really need free, in quotes, one-day delivery, or are we kind of not thinking of all the trade-offs here? So anyway, we'll love your opinion and look forward to reading the comments. Thanks.